So the only reason I don't have a My Hero Academia like a attire on is because girlfriend has the other sweater. Heroes Rising. So My Hero Academia is one of the best animes of the decade. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's up there for me with Dragon Ball. And guys, if you know me, you guys know I love Dragon Ball. So what's really cool about this anime is that it takes place in a modern day society with registered superheroes. So almost like the Avengers, but they're in Japan. Just to give a quick brief synopsis on the series follows this kid named Deku, or Izuku Midoriya. The story revolves around him and his life and how he becomes the #1 hero in the world. So Deku basically goes to this school. It's kind of like the X-Mansion / like the Avengers. And what they basically do is this school teaches them how to use their powers, but also how to become registered heroes at the same time. This movie in particular, you don't actually have to watch the show to know all the references that they're talking about. It's better to, but you don't really have to. So Deku and his classmates are tasked with protecting this remote island that has a very small number of people that live on it, and honestly it reminds me of like Hawaii. It's basically kind of like their hands-on training to serve and protect and do all the superhero stuff that they need to do. But this is just their training. So their task right now is to be doing this for about a month or so. Well, something happens along the line where there's some bad guys and they're doing some bad stuff. And that's basically the chunk of the movie. It's the good guys doing their stuff and then the bad guys doing bad stuff. Honestly, I might be a little bit biased about it, but I do really enjoy this movie. It does have its little critiques every here and there, but let's get into that. Biggest thing that really was not that great was honestly just the story plot. I do feel like some of it suffered from cliche bad guy, good guy fighting stuff. I do wish it would have went a little bit more in depth with the backstory of the bad guy, because he was very interesting. He looked like he could have had more of a rooted type of story. If you're an avid watcher of the show, you honestly know where the characters, as far as the good guys, are at. There's a couple of villains that do show up from the series that I was glad to see in the movie, and some flashbacks of some other ones. But overall, story did lack a little bit, but that didn't make it a bad movie to watch. One thing that I loved about this movie was this movie kicked butt on so many levels. If they could take the best fight scenes from the show and put it into the movie, that's probably what they did, and it was on steroids like times 10. And I think I was shouting inside the theater. Everything from the action to the anime to the dialogue, this movie really hit it out of the park. Minus the story. This movie is just one of those things that you just need to go watch it to really understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you like anime and you really like a lot of action, this is definitely the one for you. If you're not watching the series, I don't know why you're not watching the series. You need to find a way to watch it. I will say there was a few things that happened in the movie that has never happened outside in the show. But if they ever were to do what they did in the movie to do it into the show, that would just be mind-boggling. But I'm glad they used this idea for the movie, because it looks like they had a bigger budget to do whatever they wanted to do with it. And I kid you not, it left me in awe. Overall, My Hero Academia Heroes Rising was a fantastic watch. Does suffer a little bit from the story, but overall everything else was perfect. Animation, fighting, dialogue, the humor. It was all just the show with a bigger budget for 2 hours. It was awesome. Anyway, have you guys seen My Hero Academia Heroes Rising? If you have, comment down below and let me know what you thought of the movie, but don't leave any spoilers. Thank you guys so much for coming all the way to the end of the video. I do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself updated on any new reviews, any video game reviews, interviews, and reactions. And until next time, see you later. Almost like the country of Hawaii. Hawaii is not a country.